And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I am your DM. These are my adventures. When last we left, the Children of Neverwinter had just finished buying off the sellswords, handcuffing the Grimblades and Magebreakers, and executing them, essentially. So you finish the fight in our little treasure vaults. You're all standing there. What would you like to do?
Did we get a rest?
When you leveled up, you
Automatically get a rest.
essentially you get the effects of a long rest.
Okay.
As the flush of victory washes over you, you feel yourselves growing more powerful and attuning more experience with the weave, and you feel your god growing closer, although you still question whether he cares about you. He definitely is seeming to take a personal interest, at least in some part, with your affairs.
Excellent, excellent.
And Lionel kind of turns to you all and goes, well, that was necessary. Not fun, but
Yes, I quite agree.
we should probably get back to the temple pretty soon, but before we go, I feel I owe you some thanks. Come with me. And he starts off through the tunnel, up the stairs, and into the main area.
We're leaving the treasure vaults?
You're leaving the sword vault, which is that area where you were fighting, yes. You're heading up the stairs, and he takes you first to the right.
So that would be towards the...
Through two doors. So he takes you to this room here. Inside you find neat stacks of money bags, along with several pieces of jeweled art. And
Like icon type of art, or just...
well, there's a gold circlet set with 4 aquamarines across the front, 2 necklace strings of small pink pearls, an eye patch with a mock eye set in blue sapphire and moonstones, a jeweled anklet, and 2 pieces of armor. And he looks over at you. I don't know if this will be useful for you, but it's possible.
He looks over at you. Okay.
He knows that you don't wear armor. You're a wizard, Harry. What's your dex mod?
Come on. +0.
Hang on a second. How are you getting 20 armor class off of a shield and chainmail?
Because I have... Hang on a second. This is written down. Hang on. I had it written down someplace. There's something else that I have, right?
I don't know. You have a shield and you have chainmail. Is all that I knew about. And it's mithril, but the only thing that mithril gives you is advantage on, or no need, or cancels disadvantage on stealth checks.
Shoot, oh gosh. It's been so long. All I can tell you, because I'm not finding it, is that's what was written down, and so I'm afraid I don't have the track to tell you what it was.
Okay, because Theoretically, you should only be getting a 16 armor class from the chainmail. And then with a +2 to the shield, that would give you an armor class of 18.
Oh, that's a drag.
I don't know.
have an armor class of 18 to begin with, without mithril chainmail. My
Well, the
armor
mithril
class,
chainmail doesn't up your armor class at all.
without anything else, I started out with 18.
Then you must have had a shield and chainmail. Unless you had... yeah, the only thing that confers direct... and you said your armor class, your dexterity modifier is 0?
Yeah, it went up from -1 to 0.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because chainmail gives you 16. The only thing that gives you 18 flat, without any modifier adds, is plate, full plate.
It was just printed on the paper that way.
Then you must have had a chainmail and shield.
Okay, so,
So... it should be a...
yep, chainmail plus shield.
Then that'll be your 18, right there.
Okay.
And then
so,
she got an extra 2 someplace?
No.
So we're at 18.
Yeah.
And that never changes?
Not with chainmail.
How does it change?
Well, you can get another kind of armor.
I feel like I got something at some point in time.
Yeah,
but,
mithril armor.
but you said that doesn't change anything.
Right. I feel like I didn't know that you had the shield,
Ah, okay.
and that was back when I didn't know any better.
Okay.
But, he holds up a set of half-plate inscribed with runic wards on it, and he says, I know it's not quite as good protection, but it does grant you better protection against certain kinds of spell attacks.
Ah.
You're welcome to it if you'd like it, but I recognize it's not quite as good as
What
current.
kind of spell attacks does it grant? Protection from?
Things like magic missiles and similar methods of spell damage will find their efficacy blunted against this kind of armor. In layman's terms, this is half-plate armor of resistance, with resistance to force damage.
Ah. Well,
I tell you what, he kind of pokes the bag of holding that Elizabeth is carrying. Why don't you just put it in here and make a decision later?
that would be
So
lovely.
you can add to the bag. Are you carrying the bag of holding, or is
I'm
this?
carrying the bag
So
of
you can add a half-plate armor of force resistance to the bag of holding.
I think you keep what's in there in a paper someplace, but I will look and see.
I don't have it on me.
Okay.
You said you would hang on to that, and I offered, and you said, "Oh, that's all right." But
Okay, so-
I can start keeping track if you'd like. But
No, I may have it. It may be on a piece of paper rather than here. So let me just quick. I've got party supplies. Potions.
What are you? Okay. Ouch! God, my ribs. Oh,
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
bag.
Oh, that's potions. I got the pretty wagon,
Yes, you do.
safely tucked at the grinning gorgon in Waterdeep.
That's right. So it's a
Half plate of force resistance.
force resistance armor.
Yeah.
Is it like a
Half plate armor of force resistance.
big?
I just dropped the armor because
Okay.
that was inferred. If you want to write short.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's in the bag of holding.
Yes.
Specifically for me because it is small, or just because he was thinking of that particular kind of protection?
Well, because mostly because for now you're the only one who seems like they might want it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excellent.
Elizabeth might, but again, she's got. Yeah, she doesn't carry a shield, and she's also got a 0 dex mod. So
Okay.
half plate would confer a stiffer penalty of her armor class versus yours.
Gotcha.
You would go down to 17. She would go down to 15.
Ooh, that would be serious.
Because half plate has an AC of 15 plus dex, max of 2. You would have a 17 because of your shield. because you would have 15 plus your shields too. She would have no shield, so she would just have 15. Which the force resistance isn't worth it.
So I would go down to, you said 17?
Instead of 18, should you choose to wear it. But anytime you got hit with force damage, which is one of the reasons why I specify things like that,
Yeah.
anytime you got hit with force damage, it would be halved.
Automatically?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anytime you're fighting a mage or a wizard or a...
Anyone who has something that deals force damage would...
Weapons or spells, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Most weapons don't tend to deal quote-unquote force damage. Most weapons tend to deal bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage.
Oh, yeah, right.
But things like magic missiles or certain other spells deal force damage. So it would be a thing. Alternatively, you could sell it down the road if you need the money.
Okay.
So then he takes you to out of that room, out of that door to the right, down another flight of stairs into a larger chamber with, again, stacked. So it's down those stairs and into that chamber, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, more stacked gold and platinum.
Excellent.
He hasn't offered any of that, though.
Not yet, no. That is, after all, my inheritance.
Exactly.
But,
No,
Of
I
course,
was
of course.
just
Right.
saying we're not going to just take it.
No.
Good heavens.
So again, there's
Nice.
more art objects on some decorative mounts. There is a so there's in that room, so that'll be two jeweled gold crowns, a jade game board with solid gold playing pieces, and a painted gold child's sarcophagus.
Wow.
And he catches the look and he's like, not in use. It's
Not
a curio, not an actual piece of familial history.
Gotcha.
And then also you see 4 potion bottles. One of the potion bottles has a clear liquid that floats at the top of its container and has cloudy impurities, white impurities floating around in it. 2 of them appear empty. And one of the potion bottles has a clear liquid that floats at the top of its container and has cloudy impurities, white impurities floating around in it. 2 of them appear empty. And the 4th is filled with a crimson liquid. Oh no, my bad. 2 of them appear. What is that? Oops, my bad. I misdescribed one. One of the liquids is not floating on top, but it is in fact yellow fluid streaked with black that swirls on its own. One of them is a crimson liquid regularly pulsing with dull light that calls to mind a heartbeat. And then the other 2 appear to be empty. And he kind of looks at them for a moment and then goes, oh well, and turns around offering them to you with Bowden and Damar. And he goes, these 2, and kind of shakes the empty ones. They will render a person invisible for a limited period of time. There is fluid in there. It does not look that way. And as he hands them to you, you can feel there's something inside. The yellow one, he says, that one will increase the speed and perception of time, will slow down for whomever is drinking it for about a minute or so.
One quick question on the invisibility. Is that a consumable or pour overable?
Consumed.
Okay.
These are all consumed.
Okay.
And then this one, he shakes the crimson one. This one is, it will increase the vital force of whomever drinks it for approximately 1 day.
What does increasing the vital force mean?
In layman's terms, that means for the next 24 hours you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spent. And when you drink it, it removes any exhaustion or suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you. It is a potion of vitality. And then you also have a potion of speed and 2 potions of invisibility.
So he's offering all 4 of them?
You've saved my life, and you didn't side with Irion, so I suppose I'm going to hang on to the gems and art and coin, but
Absolutely.
any of the artifacts I can scrounge out of the vault are yours to take if you so desire.
Well, I'm going to guess that we would find some use for those 4 things.
Yes, I hope so.
And that they will fit very nicely in the bag.
Yeah. Going down the hall to the next chamber, down at the end, you see, down here, you see more stacked gold.
This one?
Yes, more bags, leather money pouches, and then more art. Another you see a platinum bracelet set with a gold cup set with emeralds, and a small gold statuette set with rubies. Then he reaches into a chest off to one side and pulls out a leather scroll case, or a leather scroll case, and kind of lurches the end out a little bit to reveal runic inscriptions on it, and turns to you, Edra, and goes, this will permit you to cast a spell that would prevent any magic in the area for a period of time.
Including something that I would cast? Or any, very good.
This is a scroll of anti-magic field.
Uh-huh.
And then, pulling a second scroll case out, he turns to you, Rangir, and I don't actually know what this one does, but
This is a dangerous thing to do.
yeah, tell me about it. You are able to create the illusion of a dragon.
That he is a dragon?
No, that there is a dragon in your area, and that it is that it is a probably adult or ancient dragon, and it can actually breathe damaging spell energy from the Shadowfell from whence it was birthed. It is not as damaging as a normal adult or ancient dragon, but
And it's under our control.
Yes.
It's under the control of the person.
under your control.
One time, I'm assuming.
It can hold around if you are able to maintain your concentration on the weave of the spell for up to a minute. In layman's terms, this is the spell scroll of Illusory Dragon. This is for you, Rangir. It's a concentration spell up to 120 feet. You can you gather material from the Shadowfell to create a huge shadowy dragon in an occupied space you can see within range. The illusion lasts for spell duration, blah blah blah. When the illusion appears, any enemies that see it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, become frightened about it for 1 minute. And then the usual frightened rules apply. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the illusion up to 60 feet. At any point during its movement, you can use it to exhale a blast of energy in a 60-foot cone originating from space. When you create the dragon, choose a damage type: acid, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, or poison. Each creature must make an intelligence saving throw, taking 7d6 of the chosen damage type or halved on success. The illusion is tangible because of the shadow stuff used to create it, but its attacks miss it automatically. It succeeds. Sorry, the music changed.
Oh, what's that?
The music changed.
The music changed. Caught me off guard. It is immune. It attacks miss it automatically. It succeeds on all saving throws, and it is immune to all damaging conditions. Creature uses an action to examine the dragon, can determine that it is an illusion by succeeding on an investigation check against your spell save DC. If a creature discerns the illusion for what it is, the creature can see through it and has advantage on saving throws against its breath, but can still be damaged by
I
it.
was going to say, that doesn't change the fact that it can be damaged. by
Yes, so that is for you.
it. Wow.
Dragon spells.
And then he turns to Lisbeth and Victor and hands them each something. Lisbeth gets another potion. Whoa. Ooh. Ooh. It is a transparent liquid with a large fingernail floating in it.
Wait a minute, we've had this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says this is a potion imbued with the strength of storm giants.
Yes.
He gives that to Lisbeth.
Yes, and then to Victor he hands him a... What is this? He hands him a longbow arrow
An arrow?
with a vague shimmering field around it. And he explains this is what is known as an arrow of slaying. It Yes, it's an arrow of dragon slaying. So any dragon that is hit with this will be more damaged once. It will then become an ordinary arrow once the enchantment fades.
Oh. So it's a one-time use.
DC 17 con save or 6d10 piercing damage, or halved on success. And then the storm giant strength is the top of the game.
Yeah.
You then retrace your steps.
Did Finian get anything?
Not yet. I mean, he's probably going to get the. I mean, he was handed one of the potions of invisibility and the potion of haste, but
Okay.
other than that, no. He's just kind of looking around, going, shiny.
Yeah, I bet. Ooh, pretty.
He's got a bit of the AD. Ooh, shiny. So then you proceed to the right up the stairs. Once you leave the first chamber, through the door, you travel again to the right through the door and take the first door on the left after the right-hand bend in the hall. In the small chamber there, you find... So you go
No, I
up
was
here,
gonna- Mhm.
through that door, down here, into here.
That little chamber
Mhm.
in the center there.
So, I need to find that. Oh no. There we go. Oop. Up here? There we go. Yes, you're down here. Okay. No, I'm sorry, he passes that by. My bad. Passes that chamber by, and briefly ducks into this chamber here
Uh-huh.
to pull out a hammer. This is what it looks like right here.
Whoa.
And so this is a hammer of thunderbolts. It is magical, so it will obviously hit harder than normal, but if you were, and he kind of looks down at your gauntlets and goes, if you were to acquire a belt of giant strength to go with what I can only assume are gauntlets of ogre power there, then you would gain the properties of Giant's Bane. Should you attune to the hammer and the belt.
Or whoever.
Whomever did it, but
Gotcha.
you're wearing it, and
Yeah,
I
right.
can only assume you would want that.
Yes, definitely. And what is Giant's Bane?
Well, you become much, much stronger.
So it's not casting something on somebody else. It's all
on you.
Me, okay.
And you, when attacking a giant, you gain a much higher chance of killing it instantly.
Wow, that's cool from from a dwarf.
Yes. You can also attune to the hammer and throw the. You can also throw it, and it will unleash a thunderclap on impact.
Did it come back to me when it's done? Is it based sort of like on Thor's kind of a concept, or is it totally separate from that kind of a myth?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So
when I throw it, then
it will not return
it
to
will
you.
not return. So I have to go
It
collect
has
it
the potential of stunning anyone within a certain distance of it.
because of the thunderclap. Would that include me, or somebody? Like if I threw it towards somebody,
Unlikely. If you throw it more than 30 feet, you'll be fine.
and my compatriots would be okay if
As long as they're not within 30 feet.
Cool. Wow. How do I acquire the belt?
You buy it, or you
Oh,
find
it's
it,
not
or
something
you
that's
kill
in-
someone and take it from them when you steal it, or something.
So it's not something that I could only do another like quest to go.
I mean, you could go on a quest
No,
to go
I'm not.
hunt down
But
Belt.
that's not the only way.
Correct.
Okay. Right.
You could probably find someone here in Waterdeep who would sell you a belt of giant strength.
Oh, cool.
Um,
We should go shopping.
we're going shopping, but first, would you like this?
This
for
would
now?
be a gift.
In layman's terms,
Most appreciated.
while you are attuned to this weapon and holding it, you must be attuned. You must be wearing a belt of giant strength and gauntlets of overpower to attune to this weapon. The attunement ends if you take off either of those items while you are attuned to this weapon and holding it. Your strength score increases by 4 and can exceed 20, but not 30. Yeah. When you roll a 20 on an attack roll made with his weapon against a giant, the giant will succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or die.
Ooh. Wow.
The hammer also has 5 charges. While attuned to it, you can expend 1 charge and make a ranged weapon attack with the hammer, hurling it as if it had been thrown. Property with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If the attack hits, the hammer unleashes a thunderclap, audible out to 300 feet. The target or never creature within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, be stunned until the end of your next turn. The hammer regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. So, I'm not saying you'll want it, because you're not typically a melee tank.
Right.
But hang on to it for now, I guess. Put it in the bag.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's keep shopping.
Yeah, really. Shopping at Mom's.
Yes, pretty much. Where was that? Yes.
Oh.
And then there also is a set of splint armor in there that is enchanted.
What's
Splint armor will give you (17) armor class straight. This stuff will give you more. You will also have disadvantage on it.
Stealth checks.
Stealth checks.
Yeah, right. I'm already.
But this will give you a +3 armor class bonus.
From where I'm sitting at right now.
So essentially, the splint will be a DC, will be an AC 20, so you'll be at AC 22.
Wait a minute. I would be at AC 22.
Yes, if you wore the splint.
Oh, 22.
But
Elizabeth's looking at it pretty
Oh,
hard
well,
too. But
I
if
totally-
you would like it,
Well,
she will not say the nay.
no, but gee, I already have so much stuff.
So
well, you also you said she has disadvantage on what?
stealth checks.
But I already have disadvantages.
No, with your mithril chainmail, you don't.
Oh, that's right. I got the mithril, so I wouldn't have disadvantage.
Correct.
Right.
Elizabeth has the boots of Elvenkind. We all do.
Right.
So that would be negated.
Negated. That it would come back with.
Against the advantage of the boots of Elvenkind.
Oh my goodness.
What is Elizabeth
What is her?
at now?
What's her AC?
17.
Oh gosh. Well, then she should have it because I've already got it a slightly better than she does.
You've got 18 on
Yeah.
the class right now.
Yeah, she should have it because
Okay.
yeah.
So Victor starts helping Elizabeth out of the chainmail and into the +3 splint. Let me just-
Now, when you say splint, is that a particular one thing that you wear, or is it a kind of armor?
It's a particular kind of armor that is described as. This armor is made of narrow vertical strips of metal riveted to a backing of leather that is worn over cloth padding. Flexible chainmail protects the joints.
Mhm.
The only thing that's going to get you better at this point is going to be plate.
Mhm.
+3 plate would be better, but plate, unenchanted plate gives you a 20 armor class. But you have to have a pretty stiff strength thing, and I think it may give you. You're fine, but someone like Finnan would be in trouble trying to wear plate.
Right. What would enchanted add? What +1 to that?
+1, +2, or +3.
Whoa.
So I'm going to quickly pop her into some splint here. Is splint +3. And to equipment, thank you very much. And go away. And get rid of the mithril chainmail. And oops. Delete. And +3. Woo!
Good news.
Yeah, Elizabeth has 19. Has 21 armor class.
Good.
So she hands Lionel the chainmail. And is like, fair exchange, no robbery, right? And then they head out of that room, up this hall, and into this central chamber here,
This one.
where you find 2 more potions that he offers you, one of supreme healing
Ah, yes.
and one of cloud giant strength,
Oh, very cool. Let me get that. I've got my.
along with
One
other
supreme-
things, mostly.
One supreme healing. Is supreme more than superior?
Yep.
Supreme would have cost us. Oh, Supreme gives you 10d4 plus 20.
Oh yeah. Also, he pulls out from one of the other rooms. He pulls out a scroll for you.
Oh, goodness.
That I think. Oh wait, it's for you. My bad. For you.
Regardless, he's pulling out scrolls
Um,
left and right here.
What was that?
I said regardless, he's pulling out scrolls left and right here. Very,
Yes.
very generous.
We did save his life.
And
I'm not-
secured his dynasty and are now fighting for him. So.
I get it, but still,
Well,
he could have not been generous.
that wouldn't be any fun for me. Yeah. Yes. You'll need a diamond at least worth 500 gold pieces to cast this spell. However, I think I can supply that. He does supply you with a diamond. And it will create a fortress out of the ground. That will stay for 7 days, manned by 100 servants.
Oh my.
And if you cast this spot once every 7 days for a year, the fortress will become permanent.
Wow.
In the same spot. That is the spell scroll of Mighty Fortress.
Mighty Fortress.
Yes. As well as 2 more potions of Storm Giant Strength.
I think we can use those.
And 2 more potions of Supreme Healing.
It's 3 Supreme Healings.
That's
Yes.
just awesome. So we have-
Supreme is almost too much. Let's see. That's
Supreme is the top of the
yeah. No, what I was D10 D4, which is 40, 60
Yeah,
potential.
yeah.
No, that's yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Potential 60, but a guaranteed. Oh wait a minute, no.
Oh,
Guaranteed 10. Guaranteed 30.
yeah. Unless you take an action
Yeah,
to...
and then it's guaranteed
Drink
60.
Yes. Excuse me. Additionally, you get another potion of Vitality. And... so he leads you out through here, down to these 3 chambers here, where he gives you another potion of invisibility, 2 more potions of speed, the yellow black streaked ones, and he turns to you and goes, this spell scroll will cause the mind of your foe to become he kind of side-eyes Bowden and goes, primitive. In its basest form of intelligence.
That doesn't
One
mean
foe.
it's not intelligent.
So like
It is not non-sentient, but it will be at a rodential or reptilian level of intelligence.
Which means it can still have cunning.
To a degree, yes.
Well, I'm trying
However,
to
it
think
will
of...
be unable to use said
Okay.
cunning for anything useful.
Oh.
It cannot... Yes, you shatter the intellect of whatever it is that you cast this at.
Does it
it's-
last forever, or...
Well, they can save once every 30 days.
Oh. So for any battle we're in, that would pretty much take them out of the...
Which, yes, because what happens is, not only do you blast it with psychic energy, but you reduce its intelligence to a level that returning may never be capable for that creature ever again, save outside intervention.
So like if we're facing, we'll say, the leader of the Null Mages or something, and we cast it on him, he is...
His mind is enfeebled.
Enfeebled is a very gentle way of putting what just happened to him.
The spell is called Feeble Mind.
Oh, I see.
So you have a spell scroll of Feeble Mind, Rongir.
Wow.
You blast the mind of a creature that you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality.
Wow.
The target takes 4d6 psychic damage and must make an intelligence saving throw.
So if you happen to cast that on a dinosaur, on a dragon, so shall we say, when you're fighting a dragon,
If it fails, It's in a bad way.
Uh-huh.
It's in a very bad way.
Okay, yeah, that would be true of all of them, right? If anybody fails
Yeah.
in the face of it. What does it have to do to save against it?
Intelligence save.
How high?
Your DC. 8 plus 6 is 14 plus your intelligence modifier. What is that? Plus 5 now? So that's like a DC 19.
Intelligence modifier.
Well, it's whatever your
Plus
DC,
5.
whatever your DC saving, whatever your DC is on there. So plus 5, 14, yeah, so DC 19 intelligence save.
So, which is not an easy thing to get.
Yeah. He also turns to you and gives you a spell scroll that you briefly unroll it and look it over, and you recognize the spell Holy Aura.
Ah, yes. I prepared that one.
Yes.
Because I just got up. Yes. So I would use this
And not burn a
and
spell
not
slot.
burn a spell slot.
And for
Cool.
clerics, it's more interesting to give a cleric a spell scroll because they don't need to destroy the spell scroll to learn the spell the way a wizard would if they wanted to learn the spell off the spell scroll.
Ah.
You just get freebie spell slots off of spell scrolls. You, with new spells, you can either use it in the intended fashion or
Which is just,
learn it, which is just read it and burn it.
I
Or
could see doing, I'm trying to... This is really going to sound strange. The prospect of using Feeble Mind just makes my... that's like the worst thing I can imagine happening to me.
now bear in mind, if you choose to use the spell scroll, all is not lost. Because you, my fine feathery friend, have wish.
Oh, that's
And
right.
with wish, with 0 consequences to yourself or to your ability to recast wish ever again, you can cast Feeble Mind again.
I'm saying I don't like the
understand
idea. That's like the... It makes my skin crawl to think about doing that to a sentient being.
Good. Do it sometime. It'll be funny.
And we'll watch your screen call. Hang on a second. You said it gives a cleric 3 new spell slots to use a spell scroll?
Freebie spell slots.
Freebie.
Basically, you
You
don't burn a
use-
spell
right, okay.
slot. You just burn the
I
scroll.
heard 3 new and
Oh
I'm
no,
thinking, what's that?
freebie spell slots.
Yeah, right.
Basically,
exactly.
you just
I
burn
do that.
those instead of spell slots,
Don't mark anything
and you
off.
don't have to try and learn the spell off the scroll because you don't do that. You just beg your god, and they say, "Sure, here, have some spells."
Beg my God, in whom I doubt.
You don't know
he's
whether
interested.
you don't know whether he's interested, but you beg into the void, and
And he always
the
answers.
void
What am I
always
doing?
answers every 8 hours.
Why am I thinking that I'm doubting this? Does experience...
You don't know what it's that you don't know whether they care about the affairs of mortals.
Okay, but they care enough to answer.
They care enough to answer you as you beg into the void.
Okay.
But you may be you're special in your own estimation.
Gotcha. Okay,
but
so
like
the rest of the mortals know.
the
they
rest
don't-
of of species humanity,
Oh, I get it.
you're not
Species.
really sure if they take an interest.
Gotcha. Okay.
Per se, and really, do they really take a personal interest in you, or are they just kind of giving you things to shut you up and stop you whining at them? Is where your flaw is coming. That's where her flaw is. I sometimes wonder if the gods care about the affairs of mortals after all. So I'm trying to help her understand where her flaw is coming from.
Right.
Like, are you when you talk to your god and ask for things like new spells or things like that, are they answering because they actually care, or because they're tired of you begging them for things and they're just giving you things to shut you up?
Makes
Is
sense.
where your mind is, where I would assume your mindset is coming from with that kind of a flaw.
So my question is then, can my flaw ameliorate over time? I mean,
Yes.
all of this
The
experience.
more you've done, the less the less you're really thinking that this is just a celestial deity trying to shut up your whining. This is
because
more and more
so
with the
much
things
of this.
that you've done and the
Right.
things that you've gotten and the places you've been and the people you've seen fought and killed. You're starting to think that maybe the gods are not quite so tired of your begging after all.
Okay,
Because if you're thinking if they were tired of your begging, then they'd have let you die like multiple
long time
times.
ago. Yeah.
So
Okay, because I'm
the
sitting here
rest of
thinking,
us.
if
That
I
too.
have what?
He said, and the rest of you.
Right,
yeah.
right. Because I'm thinking if I've had all these experiences and I'm not thinking about my flaw,
Mhm.
what am I doing?
Exactly.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
You can overcome your flaw with time.
Okay, I mean, I'm not saying I'll overcome it entirely. Probably my first gut reaction will always be, but over experience, I would be able, I think, to stop myself and say, no. Look.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right.
as you do all of this, as you keep begging into the void and the void keeps answering,
Right.
you're going to start thinking that maybe the void isn't quite so uncaring after all.
Exactly.
And maybe not
that
so
makes
much of
sense
a
to me.
void.
And maybe not so much of a
Right,
void.
that
Maybe
makes
there's
sense to me.
actually someone on the other side of the telephone line.
Okay, cool. That makes sense to me.
So then you gain a potion that floats on top of the flask and has white-colored impurities. And he takes that one from Damar and hands it off to you and says, "This one will grant you the gift of flight for a certain amount of time."
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who invests it, yes.
This is the, potion
Potion
of flight.
of flying.
Wow.
Actually, the potions can be used by anybody.
Correct. And he hands you another potion of cloud giant strength.
That's 5 of them.
Of cloud giant? Or just
4 or
giant total?
5.
I'm looking. I have one storm giant. Where did the cloud giant?
I forgot about the
We have
storm.
the one storm giant, but I don't think we have two.
But there
I
were
think we have
2 or
5
3
cloud
of
giant.
the
3
clouds
cloud
already.
giant.
Huh?
We had 3 cloud giants, so now we have a 4th one?
Yes.
Okay.
What's a cloud giant difference?
We
We talked about...
slightly less strong.
Okay.
Yeah, because what Elizabeth got was the strongest, right? Storm giant?
Storm giant is the top dog
Okay.
of the Ornament.
I think it'd be interesting to see Finnan as a cloud giant.
Well, he won't become one. He will just gain
Yeah.
his strength.
I mean-
Cloud giant is like just below storm giant. So it's hill giant, frost or stone giant, fire giant, cloud giant, storm giant. Your relative strength increases 21, 23, 25, 27, or 29.
Wow.
So when you drink that, the storm giant strength potion, your strength becomes 29
So
for
what
the
is the,
duration.
when you use that?
1 hour.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
What were you saying when you use that?
What strength is used in mostly just physical attacks, right?
Physical attacks, athletics checks,
Okay.
jumping, climbing, strength contested checks to either hold on to something, grab someone,
Or like
push
keeping
something.
their manacles off or
You
whatever.
could
Okay,
with a
okay.
potion of storm giant strength, you would
Yeah.
have
Chance.
a chance, a very faint chance of breaking the
Okay.
manacles.
Okay.
Do the manacles negate potion?
No.
Okay.
If
No, but
you've
it's
drunk,
not-
if you've drunk them beforehand, then it doesn't.
But you couldn't
Depress,
drink it with
theoretically.
them on.
It'd be squirrely.
Well, I'm thinking that is magic, but it's I can't
but
perform magic.
you can't. It's an anti-magic field that it projects, but I don't know. It'd be a squirrely thing. You'd probably have to get someone else to feed it to you while you held the potion, while you held the manacles somewhere else, like away from your head. And then
Yeah.
once it got into your body, you'd have to like try and keep your hands away from your body. But
Uh-huh.
it's a squirrely thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
But somebody else could easily break the manacles off of you.
easily is a bit of a misnomer, but they could have a chance. With Storm Giant Strength, they'd have a fighting chance because it's a DC 40, so they'd have to roll.
So,
29, so 11. They'd have to roll an 11 or higher on the.
that's doable anyway.
That's doable, yeah.
But when
You have-
you've
you
got
have a
somebody
fighting
that can
chance.
pick the lock, can steal the keys, then you don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Can he pick those locks?
he did it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I thought he got.
Oh no,
the
he
keys.
stole the keys. You're right.
He stole
It
the
would be.
keys.
It would probably be an equivalent sleight of hand check to getting out. It'd probably be a DC like 20 or 25 to pick the lock because these things are not easy.
Right.
But
But he's good.
that he steals the keys with a sleight of hand check by picking the pocket of whoever had it,
Right.
and then just unlocks it. Fine. Then he turns to you, Edra, And he goes, this is a spell scroll with a very interesting spell on it. You see, it will conjure a temple to whatever deity you choose to summon. It requires a holy symbol of whatever deity you choose, and for 24 hours, it will. You can construct a temple from the spell's power that you can then choose anything up to and including celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead, and attempt to bar them entry. If they manage to gain entry by force, they will be oppressed by the power of the temple.
So it's kind of like a shelter for us. Huh.
This is a Temple of the Gods spell scroll. And this is a spell you have access to should you choose to use it outside of spell scroll.
I didn't see that one. Oh,
It's in Xanathar's.
Oh, okay, because I have all my papers here.
It's an extra spell. I picked it to draw your attention to it.
Yeah.
Same for Illusory Dragon for Rongir. Those are both Xanathar's Guide to Everything spells, so they're not going to be in your traditional spell list.
So if we have 6 or 7 attackers, we'd have to choose the one that we would want to bar. Oh.
One or more of the following: Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, or Undead. You can choose all 5 of them if you choose to, but why you would bar Celestials aside from the fact that you're being chased by an angry god, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Well, we have been chased by Angry God.
Yeah, and technically Talos is a Celestial.
Yes.
So if you were being chased by Talos or Merkel or somebody like that, you could bar Celestials.
Good.
It would just be a little weird.
Yes, right.
But
But our celestial would already be in there.
theoretically, yes.
Yes.
So they got to make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, it cannot enter the temple for 24 hours. Even if it enters the temple, the magic there hinders it. It's basically under the bait spell effect.
That is.
In addition, the sensors created by divination spells cannot appear inside the temple, and creatures within cannot be targeted by divination spells. Finally, whenever any creature in the temple regains hit points from a spell of first level or higher, the creature regains additional hit points equal to your wisdom modifier. It blocks ethereal travel. Nothing can physically pass through the temple's exterior. It cannot be dispelled by dispel magic, and anti-magic field has no effect on it. Oh, rats. A disintegrate spell destroys the temple instantly.
Ooh.
But casting the spell,
And everything in it?
No,
Okay.
it just wipes the temple. Casting the spell in the same spot every day for a year makes this effect permanent.
That's amazing.
Which, since it requires a holy symbol worth 5 gold and makes no mention of the spell consuming it, the only thing you're going to be consuming is an 8th level spell slot every day. Should you choose to set about spending a year to make a Temple of the Gods permanent, you would only require a 5 gold piece holy symbol of whatever god you chose, and then you would decide what it looked like, and then every day for a year.
I thought every 7 days.
No, that's
No, it
Mighty
lasts
Fortress.
for 7 hours.
Mighty Fortress
Oh, okay.
requires 500 gold pieces worth of diamonds, which are consumed by the spell.
Right.
That one, every 7 days for a year, will permanentize.
Gotcha. Yeah, right.
But that
Mighty
costs you
Fortress.
7 times 500 gold pieces.
No.
No, every 7 days. So that's 52 times.
Ish, yeah.
So what does mine
Like
do?
3,500. You're 35,000 or something crazy like that. I don't know. Yours is that thing that I just described.
I know what it is, but if I cast it every day for
A year. If
No,
you chose,
I think you said every week. Every 7
every
days?
7 days is Mighty Fortress.
Oh.
Temple of the Gods is once every day for a year.
It's
You burn
long.
1/8 level spell slot every day for a year, and you have permanent Temple of the Gods that I would assume cannot be destroyed by disintegrate, aside from like the norm.
Like a battering ram or something like that.
Well, I mean, like disintegrate will destroy stuff, but like I don't know. Maybe it's invulnerable. I'm not 100% sure.
That'd be cool.
What else do you
Wow.
get?
Wow.
Another potion of Cloud Giant Strength.
Yay.
Now we come to the fun stuff.
Okay, Smokey, this hasn't been fun.
It's been fun. Now
Very
it becomes fun. So he hands you a. He reaches into a chest, and Damar's kind of like, wait a second. He's like, no, it's all right, it's all right. And he pulls out a crystal ball,
Wow.
about 6 inches in diameter, and he says, "This is a." Crystal ball of mind reading. You can cast the spell of scrying from it, and you can detect the thoughts of those around your scry spell and attempt to manipulate their minds.
Would they have to be like
Doesn't
seated
have
around?
a burning eye in it, does it?
No. The scrying spell you're familiar with from your time in
Right.
House Panzarin.
Right.
And you can cast the detect thought spells as an action while scrying. And oh no, you can't mess with the minds. My bad. You just
You can't.
detect their thoughts
Okay. Do they have to be like seated around it to detect their thoughts?
within 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Fascinating.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then he reaches. Where is that? Into another chest nearby. Or not a chest. He reaches for a sword on the wall and holds it up. And says, "This
This is a sword.
This is the sword retorter.
What?
This is the sword retorter.
Retorter.
It's the name of the sword. And its pommel is an aquamarine. This is a
There's something else that they had that had 4 aquamarines in it. That was at
that
the
was a
front.
that was a headband, just an
Okay.
art piece.
They're not a set or anything.
No.
Okay. All right.
It is a. He kind of looks around and goes, "Well, it will only work with you." And he points at Victor. Because of your particular view on life. Out of character, it will only attune to someone with the same alignment as it. And retorter is lawful good. It's +3 sword.
Wow.
It's +3 sword. And you can use your reaction to make one melee attack with it against any creature in your reach that deals damage to you. You have advantage on the attack roll, and any damage dealt with this special attack ignores any damage, immunity, or resistance the target has.
It ignores it. Wow.
Uh,
Nice.
So it's like a super advantage.
yeah. I'm going to see if they have it in here. I don't know if they do, but if they do, I'm going to potentially give it to Victor now.
This is like better than Talon.
Yes, much better. Nope, they don't have it.
You
So you
can't
can't
give it
add
to
any.
him?
I can't give it to him yet. I'll figure out how to work on that.
I've got it written down.
All
So
right. Then, also,
We're still letting Tenon not think much.
well, I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Well, no, I'm just, I'm worried about the little guy.
Eh.
He might get greedy.
Nah, he's got those dice that rain down. He's got some amazing just stuff.
Well, actually, as I said, it would be interesting to see him, for instance, as a storm giant or something.
With the strength,
With the strength of one.
Yeah.
And somebody go to fight him one-on-one, and all of a sudden...
Well, it wouldn't do a lot of difference because he's primarily using his dex. But theoretically.
Make him invisible.
And then he holds up a longsword.
Ooh.
And extends it in your direction.
Ooh.
And he goes, "This is a defender longsword. And you can... it will hit harder than normal swords, but by channeling your will into the blade, you can cause it to increase your protection.
How much?
Up to 3.
Oh my goodness.
And how much does the staff of defense do?
Plus 5. However,
Combine
what
them?
it does is the first time you attack with a sword on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all of the sword's plus 3 bonus to your armor class, instead of using the bonus on any attacks that turn.
Uh-huh.
For example, you could reduce the bonus on your attack and damage rolls to plus 1, and gain a plus 2 bonus to your AC. The adjusted bonuses remain in effect until the start of your next turn, although you must hold the sword to gain a bonus to AC from it. So,
Oh, kind of like a shield
yes,
sort of concept.
this is the image of the defender longsword.
And I'm already carrying a longsword.
Yes.
So I could replace.
So
and
he
that's
saw
just
the
a
longsword.
normal.
He sees the longsword on your back and extends the.
I try
defender
not to
longsword.
have to use it, but yeah.
No,
yeah.
but should you be
Just
holding
holding
it,
it.
Yeah.
you can just
And
boost
he
your
doesn't have to mark
AC up to
anything
3,
off on it, right?
And it doesn't mark
Oh.
off
and it just
Wow.
stays
Wow.
for one turn.
for one turn. Anytime you're in anytime you're in melee combat with somebody, just hit them with the sword as a regular sword. Transfer, and you can transfer up to 3 armor class points to yourself.
And that doesn't prevent me from... I always use the broadsword single-handed because I don't want to drop the staff. Or no,
I'll
I
say
don't
it's a
want
free action. I'll say it's a free action to transfer between them. That you can.
But I can't be holding on to both of them.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Because I've got to hold on to my spellbook.
exactly. Unless you want to swap your spellbook for the time when you're in melee combat. You don't need your spellbook for casting cantrips. So if you're in melee combat with somebody, if you wanted to cast Shocking Grasp or something like that, you could do that. But you can also deal with whoever in your face with this sword. Hit them either as a plus 3 longsword, or hit them as a mundane rank longsword and channel plus 3 AC to yourself, giving yourself 22 AC with a potential of 27 if you cast shield.
And the thing there is that something went through my head.
Ooh!
It also is not casting magic, which means that in the situation that... No, I'm thinking
Yes,
in
it
terms
is.
of... Huh?
It is.
No, I
It's an
mean, would they
enchanted
get... Would somebody... Yeah, but...
Oh,
when the
casting a
mages...
spell? No.
Yeah, I didn't like
no.
casting
Not
a spell
casting a
where
spell.
I'm getting an
Counter
automatic counterspell against me.
No counterspell and no mage breaker, or no mage slayer. From the mage breakers.
Cool.
Well,
Oh,
that's... I was thinking that would be a great thing to have. Yeah. Because if I'm fighting them, I really do want to put away my spellbook for the
Right.
duration.
Right.
okay.
I'll take it.
Oh, yes,
Did you
yes,
write
of
it
course.
down?
I
Write
don't-
down Defender Longsword, plus 3.
Wow.
I'm going to need a little help from you guys because I'm entrenched right now.
Okay.
Dad, can you get up, walk over to the shelves over there, and get me a deck of playing cards, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to move this so that I don't accidentally spill it.
Good.
I would be very sad.
That would be incredibly sad.
and thirsty. Deck of playing cards.
Do you need a full deck for sure?
Preferably. That should do. We'll see in a minute.
Let me count them because I have some.
I don't. I just need certain cards. out of
Okay,
it.
all right. Just hand
So
it.
if you want to just hand me that for now,
Yeah,
and
see whether you get
then
cards.
I'll see if I
Need
need
anything else?
I'll see if I need it. If I don't have the cards that I need out of here, so I need. Just gonna take a minute. I'm sorry. To all of you watching, if you know, you know.
For all of you waiting, if you don't, you don't.
That too. It's probably going to be fine. Ooh. There's certain things about this deck. Give me the shutters.
About the what?
You'll see.
Is it good to have a do one that's shuttering?
Potentially.
I should have thought of this beforehand, but I didn't have time before the session started.
That's okay.
Go. So ironically, I need a Joker, and I'm not finding a Joker, so I'm going to put in the 3 of hearts. That will count as the Joker if drawn, okay?
Do you want me to write that down?
Sure. Actually, no, it'll be the only aberration card, so I'll hopefully remember that.
Yeah.
If I don't, we'll come back to it.
Probably I'll remember it. But
Alright. So, he pulls out an ebony box, and both Damar and Bowden just kind of take a step back from it as he pulls it out. Like, it's that he's clearly pulling something big out. And he goes, "This is a treasure passed down through 16 generations, untouched in the Alagondar line. I entrust it now to you, all of you.
Yeah.
It is the deck of many things." Are you drawing one?
Nope.
Just checking.
I was just.
Couldn't tell what you were doing through the glass.
No.
Looked like you were drawing one. Figured I'd get the jump on that.
No.
Draw the cards at your peril, but also at your potential salvation. The cards have the possibility of ruin or of great reward, but you will not know until you draw.
I understand why they have remained untouched for 16 generations.
So you, Finn kind of cracks open the chest and the box, and you can see inside are 13 thin ivory cards. Facing away, facing to the back of the box, so they cannot be seen.
Okay.
You may now add the deck of many things to your. You're gonna want to hang on to that pretty tightly and put it somewhere where it's not going to get scattered.
Mixed up. Okay. So, is its order preserving its? We would not ever shuffle it.
No, you can't shuffle it. It's pre-shuffled.
Okay, so it is as it is, and
And you will draw as many
from the
cards
top.
as you decide from the top.
Huh.
do we have to decide ahead of time? We're going to draw 3.
You must declare how many cards you draw.
Wow.
For that
And what
13.
circumstances would we? Since they have never used it, what circumstances do you, Lionel, do you think we would encounter that you and your generations past have, or ancestors have not?
Make a history check.
Okay.
Both of us or one?
Anyone who wants to. Or you can assist her and give her advantage either way.
Advantage.
For a total of.
I get +0 on history.
Okay.
Okay.
You,
Should I roll again? Because that was.
Natural 20 is a natural 20. You're going to get a 20 as the
I
highest.
rolled. I didn't know she had a 0. I've got.
Did you roll twice or did you roll once?
I just rolled one time.
Okay, if you'd like to roll then, Roger,
Well,
you may.
history. Let's see. History. It's a saving house. Charisma, word.
Skills.
Okay, skills. History. I've got a +5.
If you'd like to roll then.
Which only comes up to 12 for
Okay.
us.
Edry, you recall vague rumors, whispers of this artifact known as the Deck of Many Things. It is a deck of ivory playing cards that, when drawn, things happen. People have reported everything from... some people have reported gaining vast wealth. Others have gained faithful scions out of the ether who will follow them to the death. Others have reported, more darkly, being chased by an avatar of death itself until it either kills or is killed. Others have lost everything they owned. Some have had friends become foes and foes become friends. Some have gone from murderous villains to paragons of virtue and justice, and reverse, where paladins of Bahamut have suddenly turned to the worship of devils and pursued those they once called friends, swearing to kill them. So it is truly unknown what will come from a deck of many things until it is drawn.
I fully understand why his family hasn't used it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it came into their possession and they locked it in the vaults.
Can I ask a question outside of
Yeah.
the game? If we were to return it to him, would we consider that an insult?
No, but
I'm not saying I'm planning on it. I just want to.
he would not consider it an insult. He would understand if you returned to the deck of many things. It has equal potential for great reward and great ruin.
Because I don't know what we're going to face that in 16 generations of his family. It's just because of our adventuring as opposed to them staying in place.
More or less.
Gosh, guys, that just scares me.
Stick it in the power. We need to get a way of locking that up so that you don't. Can you accidentally draw it? Or
Make
is
a
it,
perception check.
I get some bonus on perception if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Oh.
16 plus 5 is 21.
Everything's fine.
I get
Everything is fine?
Everything's fine.
What does that mean?
I did a 20
he's fine
plus
with the
8.
returning
So
it,
I
or-
had 28.
No.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.
The box is fine. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
What did you get?
I'm 28.
Yeah. You didn't see,
Didn't what?
see anything out of the ordinary.
I
Something just happened that we missed.
Mhm.
Yes. Finnan. Finnan. Finnan, me
a
lad.
28 doesn't catch Finnan?
Against
Of
a
course not.
37, no.
Finnan is amazing.
Wow.
Finnan.
Which incidentally is Finnan's max. 37, 37 sleight of hand.
Finnan, be careful. Finnan, be careful. Be
Yeah.
careful. You know not what you meddle with.
You don't know that he's meddling with anything.
If I don't see something, I assume
Look at your hand.
I still have it.
No,
I don't have my hand.
you don't have the deck of many things anymore.
I know. That's why I assume that Finnan's been
Finnan's got him.
meddling.
And
Oh, lad, please be
I'm
careful.
worried.
I'm not worried so much for us, but he's a little bit of a risk taker.
Little bit? He's little. I mean,
He's a little
bit
risk
of
taker.
He's a little
risk
bit of a risk taker. No, I'm a large. When he takes his
that's
giant.
the only place I'm large is when I'm taking risks.
Oh mercy. Oh dear.
And I just said something that Rob's trying not to react to.
Anyway, with that, he then finally turns, as you're preparing to leave, he presses a sigil on one of the big columns where you fought
Oh yeah.
Korriban,
Yeah.
and a recessed vault appears in the wall, like a little recessed alcove, and out of it he pulls an ivory staff constructed of that under my thumb.
With all
Little
the
people sitting on top of each
with
other.
a
Like a
head.
totem?
Yeah, like a totem pole. And he turns to you and says, "This is a staff that only you and Damar could
Ah.
use and wield properly. It has the ability to give healing and life back.
How many times?
Layman's terms, that's a staff of healing. It requires attunement, and it has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to spend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells using your spell safety steam spell casting ability modifier. Cure Wounds, 1 charge per spell level up to 4th. Lesser Restoration is 2 charges, and Mass Cure Wounds is 5. It regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff vanishes in a flash of light and lost forever.
Okay, so when you said I could do that, that's instead of casting anything with a spell, right? I just do that and then it knocks off. And so,
It's kind of like his Staff of Defense.
yeah, right. So
But
I
it's a
keep
staff of
track of the
healing.
charges, and then
And it has 10 charges.
comes back with a roll.
D6 plus 4 at dawn.
Okay. Okay.
But mine just completely comes back.
No, it regains D6 plus 4. You're supposed to roll D6 plus 4.
Oh, we haven't been doing that.
You
You
are
were
doing
supposed
that.
I didn't know I was supposed to.
You're supposed to. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
wield it well. And his face goes a little bit tighter. He goes, "It was the High Priest of Belzarans before he fell. We managed to recover it, but other trophies were taken."
I will remember his
He gave it to
sacrifice.
Korriban before he fell, and before she fled, to be locked in the falls.
Yes.
Well, shall we make our way to the temple?
I think that would be excellent.
Especially because we've spent a great deal of time here, and there's always the potential that Iron and Corinne may gather forces to assault the temple. Or the Inquisition may
Yes, of
attempt
course. Right.
something upon it. Something you should know, however, and this is a walk and talk, so you guys are leaving, you're walking through the tunnels,
Okay.
he's just kind of getting you out there. Kasandin is just kind of walking with you guys.
How is he doing?
He's at 1 hit point.
Yeah. Should we perhaps expend some, or does he need a long rest and he'll be back to normal?
He's like, a night's sleep and I'll be alright. Just,
2 tablets and call you in the morning and I'll be
Pretty
fine.
much.
Yes, okay.
have a good time.
Oh, we will
This was
miss
fun.
you. Oh, we will miss you so terribly.
Well,
We can't convince you to come along? It's adventure. It was fun.
it was fun.
We have enjoyed your company exceedingly.
Yes. And he kind of looks to the
Oh, are we
corpse
stealing him from
of
somebody?
Korriban, who's still there on the ground, and goes, "My duty is to these vaults and their protection. With
I understand.
Korriban fallen, they'll be needing a guardian."
Can we come back and visit from time to time?
Of
Or is
course,
that-
of
I wasn't
course.
sure it was allowed.
Just let me know you're coming, and I'll try to deactivate things.
Thank you. Meet us at the door. Well, it has been an honor to fight with you, and to get to know you has been a joy and a pleasure.
It has been
Fight
an honor to
alongside
fight and die with you.
You did die. Actually, I think we all died a little bit, didn't we? From time to time. We all
Yes.
fell definitely hard.
Yes. So you make your way out of the vaults, out of the tunnels of Korriban, and you're out on the street now. Was there anything you guys wanted to pick up before you headed to the temple?
Yes, we spoke of several things, right?
Spell scrolls, for one thing.
Spell scrolls. We might a little bit more, a couple more healing potions.
Yep.
And I'm looking at this +3 armor. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to get something because someone said the belt. Look at the
Belt
belt.
of Giant Strength.
And a +3 armor. Is that possible to buy here?
You could.
How
Yeah.
much will that set us back? Without, I mean, can I use? I don't want to be rude to Lionel.
No, it's all right.
But if I used that, if I sold that or bartered that, would it change the price of the +3 armor in some fashion?
you could ask for the armor to be enchanted.
The one that he gave us.
The half-blade?
Would that bring it up a little bit?
It would. You could up the armor class of that. It would take time. Gold has a way of shortening the clock.
Does it? Well, things have never changed in all of history. Yes, of course.
But it would still probably take at least a day or two, depending on the severity severity of the enchantment requested.
Yes, well,
Even with a healthy donation. To the yes.
to the cause.
Yes.
Whatever the cause is, we'll donate to the cause.
Like even with like upcharging your buying price,
Yeah.
it'll still take at least a day or two.
Do we
With
have this?
Can we
I don't
afford
know.
to stay around?
well, if you would like to, you can stay around long enough to get it enchanted. That will cause things to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Things will happen.
Right, of course.
It's your choice.
Well, group, are you comfortable with me doing that, or should I go in search of the +3 armor that's already existent?
Well, I mean, he did give you something.
I know. I feel bad giving it away.
Yeah.
Well, can we? Yeah.
You don't have to give it away. You just keep it in a little pouch.
No.
Yeah.
No. If I keep it, I want to use it. That was
Yeah.
incredibly important. And then the belt and some scrolls and.
All right.
potions
So,
and
what
whatnot.
kind of scrolls are you looking for? So you do find a magic shop with about a half an hour of searching. As you're looking, Lionel is kind of walking along with you, and he mentions something. He's like, "So, Iran and Corinne, they were being hired by who? Did you happen to know?
Do you remember that? House of
House of-
Belzarin?
Panzarin, you say?
Yes.
Well, now that's interesting. You see, nowadays, titles of nobility are not for sale. There was a time when they were, back when Children of Neverwinter was Open Lord of Waterdeep before becoming Lord Protector of Neverwinter. He permitted titles to be sold and bought at will, if you had the coin for it. This caused many of the older families to become exceptionally irritated at the apparent flaunting of new wealth and flouting of the traditions of nobility.
Petit bourgeoisie.
Yes. And Neverember actually got Panzarin their title of nobility before leaving. It was one of his last acts as Open Lord of Waterdeep, was to authorize their patent of nobility. If they're moving, I wonder. And then he falls silent again. You were looking for a magic shop with...
Well, I want to get a
scrolls.
teleport.
So you get a spell scroll. Hang on, let me go find what spell scrolls cost these days.
I can go back to our... There we are. My page.
Oh, fool, is it in here? Must be in here. Spell scroll, got it. And that's the 7th level?
Yes.
Yep.
So 7th will run you... No. Shoot. Ah! No. That'll run you... approximately 9,000 gold
Okay.
per scroll.
Okay.
Do we want one escape or more than one escape as a group?
I don't personally, given our current flush status, don't think 4 of them, one for each person.
No, I'm just thinking we have money now, we might not have money later.
And plus, yes, because if we lose it all for some strange
Or if
reason,
we spend it all.
or spend, yes, but I'm thinking that if we have it, then we are covered because anybody can use
Who
it, or
can
just.
use it?
He can use it.
I'm the only one that can use it.
But if we have several of them, if anything happens to one, like it gets blocked, for some reason, we have some backups. Yes, it's pricey, but at the moment we are, as I say, somewhat flush.
Also, you are able to track down that merchant. And one or two make an investigation check for him. With advantage.
Oh, I like advantage.
You too. If you're looking. No help.
Well, that's not going to be good. That one's a little better.
Glasses here. So let's see this. I think it's 15.
Investigation.
Plus anything?
That's what I'm looking to see. I mean, it is 15, so I think it's just 15. I don't think I get plus anything. But what in the world?
It's an intelligence backed skill.
What is
And
it
I get
that
plus 0, so
Okay.
that is a plus 0. It looked like plus 0 to me, but
Yeah.
I thought, okay, so it's 15.
What was it that I have to look up here?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, I know, but which list is it?
Skills.
Okay.
Investigation is plus 11. So I've got 29.
You are without issue able to find another slightly black marketer, purveyor of anti-magic shackles. As in someone who's willing to take them off your hands
Good.
for a reasonable price.
Good.
And he is willing to take the lot if you'd like him to.
Were we keeping them in order to fight against mages?
You were giving them for money mostly,
Money
as I
is the reason
recall.
I
Yeah,
grabbed
but we
them
use
for
them
money.
for...
But is he going to sell them back to the
Out of character, you're not seeing those things ever again on the enemy side.
Thank you.
I am never-
You can't get them back?
No,
I was thinking
I'm
we'd sell them
never,
again.
ever
I was thinking
throwing
we'd
those
sell 'em
darn
again,
things at
this
you
guy.
again.
And then we could do it all over again.
That's what I'm not doing.
Darn it. What places? What
No,
again?
no.
So what is he prepared to pay?
Asking price.
Seriously?
Which is what
84?
76.
76. Oh, it's going down.
76,000.
No, it was 76 the first time.
76,000.
Oh, I see what I was looking at here. Sorry, I was looking at 76,000.
A
Per?
piece.
Yep.
And how many do we have?
I mean, if you want, you know what? Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
If you'd like him to pay 84,000.
I kind of would. Persuasion. Where are you? Ooh, okay. Come on, baby. Mama needs some money. 17 plus 1.
Let's stick to the agreed upon
Makes sense.
standard for these articles.
Can't claim the time.
Of course not, such as the game.
How many manacles do we have?
No fun if we don't try.
Of course, of course.
We still have 10.
I
So
appreciate
he's going to
good
buy
handle.
10. He's going to buy 10
I'm
of
so
them.
glad.
He's offering 760,000 gold pieces for the lot.
And then Rob has to convince us to spend all that sometime.
Oh, he's very.
I have ways to make you spend money.
Yeah.
I do not have ways to make you sell these things, so I'm getting rid of them. So, with 760,000 more gold added,
Because we had 11.
Brain just broke.
We had 11 left from our last encounter.
oh, boom, oh.
So we have 771,000.
Yes, with 771,000
Keeping
gold.
track of it, you know.
Most of it in gold and silver.
Oh, good. Good, good.
About probably,
That's heavy.
not the bag of holding.
Good point.
With about half of it in platinum,
Oh,
and then the rest in a mixture of gold and silver. Probably half of the remainder in. So 771 is like about 350 thousand of it in gold, in platinum, and then the remainder a pretty even distribution of gold and silver. So you can say 300.
421.
Platinum's
Gold and
10.
silver.
Yeah. So 350. So that's 3,500. No, it's 35,000 platinum pieces. So you can mark down 35,000 platinum pieces, or I can mark it on the party funds. If you'd like, I can mark it in party funds.
That would be fine because that's
All
what's
right, so
going.
I'm just gonna mark it in party
I'm
funds.
just writing
here
it down
and
so
tear
I've
my
got
hair
it
out
here.
later. Where are you? I'll just roll this. Not this. Oh, I got this. Alright. You said... I said 771,000, so that's... Hang on, I'm gonna actually do this right. Give me a second. No, it's...
Do it wrong.
Okay. 35,000 platinum pieces.
Yeah.
And... one second. 771,000 minus 350,000. It's 421,000. So then, divide that by 2. 210.5-ish. So about 210,500 gold pieces, and about hang on,
421.
times 10 for silver
5 times 10.
is, oh good heavens.
Lots.
Oh.
You sure we want to do silver?
I mean, it's what he's offering.
Oh, he wants it in silver. Okay.
He's offering you in silver because he doesn't
Perfect.
have.
So
He's like, what am I, made of platinum?
2.1.
2.1 million.
This is making a case for us not to sell all of them.
Oh no.
Too late.
Nope, this is just.
2.105 million silver pieces. I am so glad I did not offer call.
I don't think we would, even in the bag of holding, we would carry that.
Because the bag of holding will hold.
Here we may. Could I have a bag of holding?
You could, if you wanted to.
People would have trouble keeping track of what he's in each bag.
Money, other stuff.
Bag of holding, it can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. With
2 million silver pieces. 50 of them weigh how much?
1 pound.
How many pounds does it hold? Like 500?
500. Let's get another 2 bags of holding.
Yeah, I think
please.
so. I mean, we're going to
Pay in
spend.
silver, please.
We're not spending 2 million.
Can we please pay in silver?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go find out how much that costs for 2 bags of holding.
It cuts down the weight too.
It does. I don't even care anymore. I really am just broken by this game.
Dealing with this kind of world.
So that's 1,000 gold pieces off in silver. So that's
10,000.
10,000 off
For 2 bags or for
for
each
2
bag?
bags.
10,000.
Silver pieces.
I'm just going to subtract it. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. 10,000 silver pieces. That's not
Do you think that's gonna be enough? Bags of holding?
2 million coins.
We can run back into gold if you want.
We can take it to a different. We can.
We
Let's
need
see.
to
Let's
get
see what we
it
can
to be
buy here
platinum.
and see what we end up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can also take it to a money changer and theoretically run it into gold or silver, or gold or platinum. But
So we're gonna get rid of 10,000.
mostly gold. So get rid of 10,000. No, get rid of 1,000.
Oh yeah, right. So 1,000. I
I
remember
wish.
thinking that was
No.
not very much.
And spell scrolls. You were saying something about them being
Wait a minute. 1,000.
one. It's 500. It's 500 per bag of holding.
But that's gold pieces, right?
Yeah. So
So
10,000
it's
silver
10,000.
pieces.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah.
10,000 silver.
So it's 1,000. I got to keep track of our first. So it's 770,000 now. I've got double accounting going on. This is normally not legal. 10,000. 0, 0, 0.
Who's going to accuse a cleric of wrongdoing?
We're going to do this the right way. 2 bags of holding,
Oy vey.
and
Now let's get the spell scrolls.
spell scrolls. What are we getting? 4 7th level.
Get 7. I don't care. We got money. Right?
Get 8.
Get 10.
Yeah, get 10. That's probably the
10.
wisest.
Even number. That'll
10.
give you. That'll run you to.
7th level, and we're doing 7th level vamoosing spells, right?
Yeah. So 9. So 10 of those is going to be 90,000 gold or 900,000.
That's more like
So-
it. 900,000 silver pieces.
So you leave a very unhappy proprietor behind you as you count out 900,000 silver
Sorry about that.
on
We were
his
busy.
counter.
Right. Did his counter break?
Close.
So sorry, mate. So
It's
sorry.
solid rock, but it's not happy, and neither is he. As he's just, you can just kind of see his, and this guy is like he's a half giant, known as a Goliath.
Oh yeah.
So he's close to 7.5. He's over 7 feet tall, and you can just see his eyes just glaring at you over the top of these stacks of
Wait.
coin as he finishes counting
Do
out
we
the
really want to
900,000.
make he sells scrolls like we may want to come back to do business with him in the future?
Eh.
I don't know. He's happy to get the money, I'm sure.
He's happy to get the money, just not in silver.
Well, he gave it to us. So,
He didn't give it to you.
oh, it's somebody
This
else.
is the black market guy
Ah,
sold, like bought your shackles. You're going to another guy, a reputable upfront street front merchant, who is now staring at these towering stacks of coin that are literally just being held in place by a pack of unseen servants.
Okay, and how about my
Anything else you want?
upticking of my beautiful...
Oh, the armor. That'll take you to another guy, unless
Okay.
you want to go to this guy too. He can do it.
Does he want our money? Not really.
Yes. What else can I do for you?
Well, I have been gifted this gorgeous armor, but I need it
Very
to be
nice.
+3.
He kind of runs a thick finger over the and he's kind of put the silver away at this point. It's kind of being carted away by this unseen servant. Just shuttling back and forth in
Busy,
motion.
busy.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of a la Fantasia, Magician's Apprentice.
Exactly.
And he runs a thick finger over the rune inscriptions on it and goes, force resistance, eh? What can I do for you?
Well, it's a fabulous piece. It has force resistance, but I need it to be +3.
Well then, that's going to put you back a fair bit.
What would it put us back, just out of curiosity?
$16,000 gold. That'll take you about a week.
Week, you say?
Week and a half.
So we'll have to leave it there and come back.
No, we need it faster than that, and I'm confident that certainly there could be a small upcharge for expediting of some kind.
Any expediting of it would be, call it another 20,000
20 total? Total? Or per day?
No, this is to get the other enchanters in on it.
I see, and that would get it back to us.
Well, it'll be 10,000 per enchanter.
Yes.
2 other enchanters will drop it down to about 3 to 4 days.
How do we get it in 2?
Well, that'll cost you about 40.
That makes sense to me.
All right.
So it's 56.
How are you paying?
Well, we'd be happy to drop
56,000.
We'd be happy to drop it down to 40 and still pay in silver if that would be preferred to you. I'm just trying to make this easier for you, sir. So
Paying in silver and dropping the price?
no, just dropping the number of coins. I just to make it
Paying in
convenient
silver
for you.
doesn't drop the price, or doesn't drop the number of coins.
Well, if I pay in
Is
silver,
she okay?
I'm trying to figure out what she's saying too.
she's trying
That's
to say
like you just offered to pay in quarters instead of dollar bills and said that that's going to drop the number of
drop the price.
units of measure.
It will drop the number of coins you have to handle, sir. That's all.
No, Edra. That's going to up the number of coins by a factor of 10. It's 10 silver pieces to 1
No,
gold.
I know. No, what I'm saying is, since I'm agreeing, I'm going to pay in silver. So since I have to pay in silver, which is going to be 560,000, I'll.
56,000.
Or 56.
Unless you're offering 560, wouldn't we?
No,
At
I'm offering
500
silver.
Yeah, 560,000 gold, and we can get it to you today.
No. 560,000 silver pieces. But I would be, of course, to cover the cost of the 56,000 gold. If I were to perhaps drop that to, I don't know, 400,000 silver pieces to make it more convenient for you. But that would perhaps not
Make a
work.
persuasion check.
I don't think it's going to be possibly big enough. This is just kind of for the fun of it. 19.
Total?
Yeah, I don't have any. Well, do I get something extra on persuasion?
600,000 silver, and we'll call it even.
+1. I get a 20. That's
600,000 silver, and we'll call it even.
very good, kind sir. Wait a minute. No, that's up. That's higher than what I would normally be paying 560,000 silver.
Exactly. Trying to knock down my pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Price just went up.
Fair. But I had 20.
It was a 25 DC. This guy was not happy with you.
I was just kind of joking around with
I
you, sir, to
understand
save
that,
you the
but
trouble of holding it all.
Well, he wants coin more than he's irritated. But he was already kind of irritated at getting 900,000 silver pieces shucked onto his desk and onto his counter, and then you trying to knock off the price by a 16,000 gold, which was the original asking price. The 40,000 extra was to get it done quicker. So no, you wind up paying 60,000.
Understood. Let's see. So here we have this. All right,
Is that the end of the silver by any chance? How much silver do we have left? 595,000 silver left? Got it. Oh, maybe. Oh my god. Maybe we save that for tavern nights.
What are we going to be doing in the taverns?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
We'll be able to have the best of everything.
I'm just saying, so we don't pay platinum and gold for our tavern stays anymore. We just pay in silver.
There's that.
I'm not saying let's spend 595,000 silver in one night at a tavern.
We're gonna have a party.
I'm saying let's spend our money. Let's pay for our taverns meals and stays and stabling our horses and things in silver out of that 595,000 silver.
Yeah, we tend not to pay in gold anyway if we can avoid it.
We tend not to pay in platinum if we can avoid it.
Right.
We tend not to pay in gold unless we're staying at the Grinning Gorgon, where
Right.
it is 4 gold pieces a
Expected.
night.
Yeah, right.
But paying 40 silver at the Grinning Gorgon is not going to be nearly as unpalatable to our host
Yes.
as paying 900,000. As paying, wait a minute, 1 point significant percentage million
Yeah.
silver at
Right.
one shop.
Right.
This guy is literally buried in silver right now.
Well-
you can just he's just like shoveling it back piece by piece, like a couple of pounds of silver at a time, and you can just hear it clinking in the back.
That poor apprentice.
It's an unseen servant. It's
Yeah.
a cantrip or a first level spell, so
Oh.
it doesn't care.
Doesn't, okay.
Unseen servant is a. Now you got me thinking. It is a. It's triple enough. First level conjuration. That's a ritual capable spell.
Cool.
So it's like a first level spell. So it's just kind of shunting things back and forth.
So when are you getting your armor?
Anyway,
We just divested ourselves of 1.495 million pieces of silver. upon this first-
1.496. You had 2.015
Yeah, yes.
million silver pieces.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
You know, if we're going to do this again, I suggest that we go to a bank or an equivalent in this culture and exchange the silver for something smaller.
Yeah. For now, though, we can save the 595,000 for tavern and day-to-day expenses. Not spending a $500,000 at one tavern, just spending 5 or 10 or 40 silver per person per
Right.
whatever, depending on where we're at. The Grinning Gorgon costs 4 gold a night. And hang on. 4 gold for a night, and then a meal is another 2. So it's 6 gold pieces for a meal and a bed at the Grinning Gorgon. So it's like 6 gold pieces. So it's like 10 gold pieces for 3 meals and a bed per day at the Grinning Gorgon.
Do you have a calculation of our party in coins? Because I do, and I don't know if we, apart from this.
I
latest
got
add-
35,000 platinum pieces,
Not-
200.
Wait, not including what we just got.
Huh?
Not including what we just got.
Oh,
Before that.
yes. On the wagon, we had 120 copper pieces.
Wow.
Well, this is an old paper. 90 silver, 4 electrum, and 28 gold. I think we may have gotten more since then, but I'm
Let me
not
see.
sure. So I think we may have divided a lot of it since then.
We did.
So most of the stuff we've gotten so far we've divided amongst ourselves. So we haven't had a party fund in a while.
Yeah.
Just party healing potions.
Okay, what we had the last time I counted party before we divvied it up, and I think this has never been divvied because this is really old. 120 copper, 90 silver, and 28 gold.
That's what I've got, except I've also got 4 electrum, but yeah.
Right. So, yep, I've got 4 electrum. So we're right there with the party supplies.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add the silver to plus 90.
Yeah.
So 595,090 silver pieces
So that's
is on the wagon.
85.
What? What did you add to it?
The 595,000 plus 80.
595
Oh,
plus
no.
90
You're right.
is...
595,085.
Well, it was plus 90.
90.
So it's 595,090 silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
28 gold. 595,000 silver.
well, and then it's also 210,528 gold.
Gold.
And then 120 copper and 4 electrum.
So, the tavern that you were talking about is 4 gold pieces?
4 gold pieces for a night and 2 gold pieces per meal.
No, I just moved myself up to wealthy.
Aristocratic, but yeah.
Oh. Well,
That's
aristocratic is 10 gold pieces.
Huh?
Minimum.
Not for a day at the inn. This is an inn, not a lifestyle.
Oh, lifestyle.
Your
okay.
lifestyle is whatever you want it to be. While you're staying at the Grinning Gorgon is an aristocratic inn. So yes, it would be 10 gold pieces. You're right, it would be 10 gold
10
pieces.
because you've got
Yeah, it would
3
be 10
meals.
gold pieces per day for an aristocratic lifestyle, which is what you're living at the Grinning Gorgon. Or the Golden Gorgon, I bet. Golden Gorgon? Let me check my notes. I had notes around here somewhere.
You live a life of plenty and comfort. You move in circles populated by the most powerful people in the community. You have excellent lodgings, perhaps a townhouse.
It is the Grinning Gorgon, my bad. Oh no, not the Grinning Gorgon, my bad. You're at the Lush Opal. My bad. The Lush Opal is where is the aristocratic inn. The Grinning Gorgon was like the comfortable, modest inn that we stayed at when we first got here.
Okay. I'm a bit intrigued because Lionel,
We back on the clock, just out of curiosity?
yeah,
I just,
Lionel was talking about the family.
House Benzarin?
House Benzarin. But he said they got their title, but I got the feeling that he had more information or that he was against them or something like that.
Well, he's kind of against them because they tried to kill him.
yeah, that would make me a little perturbed.
He knew about them because his family is old money.
Mhm.
So they were they know about House Panzarin. Lord Dagult Neverember was an open lord of Waterdeep who got them their patent of nobility as one of his last acts as open lord of Waterdeep before becoming Lord Protector of Neverwinter. And so he's musing to himself about why they're moving against him and you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just wondered if there was more to his musing that would,
Not at the moment. Any other spell scrolls you guys want?
We want some healing potions, but let's think about spell scrolls here. So many spell scrolls, so
Yeah.
little time.
Yeah.
Can we get like can you get a spell scroll of like mass healing? What can you get a spell scroll of?
Name your spell.
Mass healing?
Mass healing, you mean mass healing word or mass cure wounds?
Mass cure. I've got mass heal here. It just says mass heal.
There's a couple that'll do that. Let me see here. Mass healing word. Mass cure wounds. Then there's things like heal.
This is a 9th level.
9th level. Mass heal. Oh my god. Okay, mass heal. I see what you mean. Hang on. Let me go find that. Mass
700 hit
heal.
points.
You restore up to 700 hit points divided as you choose among any number of creatures that you can see within range. Yes, you can get spell scrolls of that. Huh?
How much?
Well,
It's a 9th level, so it's not 1,000, obviously.
Google. That's gonna run ya about 14,000 per spell scroll.
How many gold do we have left?
A lot.
We have 210,500 gold, and we have
528 gold.
595.
210,528 gold.
True. Good point. Yes, let's keep that 28 going. Yes.
And how many
Platinum, 35,000.
35,000.
So you have 350,000 gold worth of platinum.
Right.
I would just.
So we have 500. Hang on.
60,000.
500. 250. 560. 565-ish thousand gold.
Ishi. Right.
Ish, because of the remaining 5,000 silver, 95,000 silver,
Right,
and the 4 electrum and the 120 copper.
595,000 silver.
Well, 500,000 is 5,000 gold, or 50,000 gold.
Right.
No, 500,000 is 50,000 gold, so that's
So
like
it's 59,500 or 59,500 gold.
ish, yeah.
Ishi. But we're spending it as silver right now, right? Or no, we're gonna keep the rest of it as silver.
Keep the silver for now,
now
unless
we're
you want to
spending-
spend 500,000 gold, or 500,000 silver, and keep 95,000 silver for incidentals. Your call.
It would be easier to carry not having 595,000.
We're going to go to
pieces
the
of
same guy to get these scrolls?
If you would like to.
gold. No, I don't want to irritate him anymore.
There are other shops to make
We'll
an investigation
spread the
check.
wealth.
Make an
Well, this
investigation
was,
check.
this was
So be back in 2 days to,
get your armor.
yeah.
15?
What?
15. Wait, investigation.
You find another, yeah, you're a 0 investigation.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, you find another arcane shop about 3 blocks over.
Okay.
Who's already heard that we...
Nope, not yet. He has no clue what you're up against. A very, very skinny gnome hops out from behind the counter and goes, "Hello there! What can I do for you today?"
Tell me you have a helper. That's the first thing you can do for me.
I mean, no, but I'm sure I can meet your needs quite satisfactorily. Now, what can I do for you?
I have no doubt you can meet our needs. I'm a little concerned about what we might be doing to you. Well...
You seem kind of edging away from me, like, what do you mean by that?
My good man, we're here to spend silver. A lot of silver.
Oh, how much silver are we talking here?
How much does it cost for the
Well,
replica?
we're looking for some 9th level spells.
Oh, that's a lot of silver.
But we're not looking
His eyes get bigger.
for, we're not looking for one, my friend.
Oh! Well then. And he kind of runs into the back and rummages around, and you hear things falling and clattering, and then he comes back out and he's holding what looks like a... There you go. Here it is. What's that? A 6 foot... You see a piece of silk cloth that says a handkerchief that he throws open on the floor, and it's about a circular sheet about 6 feet in diameter, and he just kind of goes, "Well, drop it in there."
May I inquire what that beautiful piece of cloth is?
That's a portable hole.
And where does it end up?
Extra dimensional space that I can then access. No. It's my bank.
I understand. I totally understand. I'm impressed. Where, prithee, did you get it?
Well, it was crafted for me.
Oh, is someone in the area?
I crafted it.
Good for you.
Make an insight check.
I will +5 on insight. You can tell. You saw that with a 900 insight. 15 plus 5.
22? He's lying.
No, 20.
He's lying.
Ah!
I love how he crafted himself.
Okay. Okay. So, forget it. So, we are looking... So, do you really have 9th level spell slots?
I do.
Very good. And we need...
He's selling things. He
I
just doesn't
get
know how
that.
to make them.
That's okay. So we are looking for... How many did we determine, my friends?
How many do you want?
Well...
And it really depends. And the 14,000 is what the other guy would charge you. It really depends from place to place. Where it's not an arbitrary flat price
Okay.
for these kind of things. It really depends on where you're going and what you're like. Who's selling. Kind of depends on how much it costs. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. So
but the quality of the item is the same?
Yes.
This
Free
is
market.
the healing things.
Mass heal.
Yeah.
How many
That's
more
something.
adventures have we got before we hit?
How many do you want?
No.
I'm serious. How many do you want? 10?
Well,
10
10
adventures?
scrolls? No, 10
How many
scrolls.
how much would that be in gold?
140,000.
Ish.
And that's taking up about a third of our remaining.
Ish.
If we're spending...
No, of the amount of gold, we have about, what is that? 500,000 or something like that gold left.
Right. So about a third.
Yeah. I was being very rough on it, but his goal is to get
Spend
us
the money.
to
Yeah,
completely spend the money.
Right.
And
I
my goal
apologize.
is to keep some around.
Okay.
So,
So if you spend 140,000 or 130,000 or 150,000 ish,
Yeah.
then you'll have 10 scrolls of mass heal.
What else are you looking for in terms of scrolls, since we're kind of on the shopping?
What?
I was thinking, well, you know, a couple of wishes, but
You can get those if you'd like. Would you like some? Wish scrolls, you say? Yes, I do have a couple of those. I have 4 scrolls of wish.
wish is the most powerful spell.
Yeah.
But I've got it now,
Uh-huh.
and I've got one.
Can anyone use it or just you?
Just you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only one that can use the scroll too, right? Yeah.
So you got it as a spell slot that you burn,
Mhm.
but not as a scroll.
Mhm.
And I assume the scroll burns itself up upon use?
Poofs.
Yeah, right.
There's
Well,
different ways the different spells poof, but the
Yeah.
general consensus is that the scroll poofs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it would probably be good to have at least one other of those.
Probably one. I don't.
That'll run you about 12,000 gold. Sorry, my voice is changing.
So,
It's the looking forward to this incredible increase in your wealth that's causing your voice to change.
Sure, we're just gonna leave it at that.
yes.
Oh look, I got my voice back.
I think we ought to get some superior healings as well, because we use them quite prolifically in the last.
I have 3 of those available.
And those
You've
are
got those are pretty standard there.
Yeah, I have
There you
that.
go. It's on that, or on the back of that, or on the other sheet or something. It's on one of the. No, it's on the other one. It's on the adventuring.
superior 500.
There it is. So
Oh, supreme.
there are. I have 4 of those.
And Supremes are
5,000.
yeah.
Well, gang.
4 wish, 3 superior, and 4 supreme.
It's a place to
Is that what we
start.
said?
That's what.
Yes,
that's what
that's
he
definitely what you
has.
said.
That's what
Oh.
he has.
No, that's what
Oh.
you're buying.
That's what he has.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Although I would certainly vote for
Edra.
buying them.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Certainly. 7.
You're
Buying
buying.
them. I would certainly vote for buying them anyway, so
You
I.
just feel the absolute rightness of buying these things from him.
Yes. Absolutely. But I. Yes, that'd be
So
great.
that's 4 supreme healing. So that's 20,000. And then
3 superior.
3 superior, which is 1,500. So that's 21,500. And then 4 wish spells at what is it, 12,000 each. Is another 48,000. And then
69.5.
And then, yeah, that was what he was offering so far.
Right, and then.
Was there
we are-
anything else you were looking for?
We are thinking in terms of that mass heal scroll.
Well, I have 4 of those as well. Those will run you. I an even 10, shall we say.
Do you think 4?
I think it's a very good idea.
What does it go down to? What is it? I'm
700 healing
79,000.
points.
No,
you.
I'm talking about how much gold do we have left after we do this?
Well, we'll have, so we'll have, there'll be, we'll be about conservatively in the 38s, 39s, 35s, 350,000-ish.
Oh,
From 500,000 total, but not, some of that's platinum, some of that's
yeah.
gold
I was
pieces,
just
right?
when you
Some
said
of it-
38,
but
I'm going.
if we actually,
No.
we could get rid of all of our silver.
Well, we want to keep about 95.
Yeah, right.
K for
And we don't want to
day-to-day
have
purchases.
2 people that sell things that don't want to deal with us in the future.
Yeah.
Good point.
Although he has prepared himself for
Yeah,
silver,
I
because
mean, I
you
think
walked
he-
in
yeah.
and you were like, "We're going to buy in silver," and he pulled out a portable hole to hold all of the
That
coins.
is ready for customers. I have to admire that.
Well, the guy wasn't expecting it. You didn't come in and say, "Oh, we're going to pay in silver." You said, "We're going to buy stuff,"
Yeah.
and then you just started stacking silver on the counter, and he was just like, "I hate you."
Right.
So we'll just knock 500,000 silver off, so that's 50,000 gold off of the whole thing, and then what's the rest?
Let me see what we got here. So it was how much gold? 50,000 gold?
50,000 gold knocked off the purchase price in silver.
Yep. And then 50,000 in gold.
50,000 in gold?
No, sorry, not quite. 59,000, 50 something.
You're gonna knock. It's 4 5.
59.5 in gold pieces, so it's 500
5,009.
and,
No, what
no, it's 59,000 gold pieces
is the total price
is what
for
we
everything?
is what we
No, because you spent
we
40.
spent 109,000 total,
109,000 total. Okay, minus 50. So
of
it's
which
15. So it's 59,000.
500,000 was, and then 50,000 gold pieces.
So 59,000 gold pieces in actual gold.
Right, but 500,000 in silver, so
Yes,
that
so
gives us
that's
the total of
50,000.
109,500.
Okay, so it's 109,500 in gold is what you are spending.
Total. But that's
Alright.
a combination of gold and silver.
500,000 of it silver, 59,500 of it in gold.
59,500. Thank you. 59. It looks like you have 151,000. Am I reading that right? 210 minus 59 is 151, right?
That's what I got.
151,000.
Even, Steven.
528. I know. 151,028 gold pieces
Right. And
Getting to
95,000 silver pieces.
that we have left.
How much?
We have 151,028 gold pieces left.
95,000 silver, 35,000 platinum.
That's where we come into it. So we have 35,000 platinum, 151,028 gold pieces, 95,090 silver.
That's 350,000 gold pieces equivalent then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel so bad.
We still have, in the neighborhood of, in the rough neighborhood of close to 500,000.
And you have 4 spell scrolls of wish.
Right.
You have 4 spell scrolls of mass heal.
Yes.
You have 4 supreme healing potions.
Right.
Which I will say, just please don't use them as bonus actions.
Use them as
Use them
action
as full actions.
Yes.
Use the lesser ones if you gotta chug something fast.
Mm-hmm.
And just pop yourself up over the threshold. But if you want to use a supreme, for the love of money,
Yes.
don't
Which we do have a good
run.
We
Yeah.
have a great level of money.
Yeah. So, anything else you guys want to do before you head for the temple?
Anybody got anything they're looking for? When do I go back for my
2 days.
Okay.
So you guys are probably going to head for the lush opal at this point, I'm going to assume.
Yes.
So, with that, as you head back to the lush opal, you have yourselves a...
So I
We're having a
have
good meal.
I
You're
have
having-
4.
Yes.
It's 4 Wish.
Yes.
4 spell scrolls of wish. And you are going to have for dinner glazed roll. Almost done. Sugared cheese.
Interesting.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Get the recipe.
Pairs with wine.
Oh, definitely. That is yummy.
Roast peacock.
Wow.
Wine soup.
Well, we're having quite a feast.
And brie tart.
Oh.
And whatever drink you so choose.
Well,
And
with
From
all
the,
that
cost
light
is?
soup and
2 gold pieces.
Yeah.
wow.
Let's see what the list is here. What the drinks. What's your drinks? What's your drinks? What you want to drinks? Victor and Elizabeth are having their usual a draconic ale. Finnan is having Blue Eyes wine. What are you guys having?
I do like the ciders. What have we got in the ciders?
Oh shit. I don't remember off the top of my head. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I don't find it cider. That's weird. There was one that you had a while ago. Do you happen to remember what it was called?
I don't. I just remember it was delicious. Do you have a list of them?
I'm looking at the list.
Let's call them delicious ciders.
Yeah, there was a cider. There's a lot of things here. There. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you're having dark smoke bourbon
Sure.
because that's the best bourbon can only appreciate with a fine cigar. That's why every bottle has a box included.
I
that'll
just
run
wasn't
you-
sure that with that particular meal that a good red wine would.
Oh, red wine. Okay. Shoot. Red wine. We'll just say that you have the cider you were looking for. You have a nice red wine, and then we'll knock the cost of it off of the party supplies. So for 5 people, for another 10 gold, so that's 50. So that's another 500 silver pieces off the list. And then if you want, and then for you, the nice wine will be 5 silver pieces, and the nice cider will be also 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
And then for them, again, 2 gold pieces, so 3 gold pieces. We'll call it 4 gold pieces all around, so that's 40 gold, or 40 silver. And that is where we're going to end the session tonight. Everyone who's still watching, thank you for putting up with our shopping antics. If you enjoyed what you saw, the best way to support the channel is to go ahead and head over to the Printify shop, Nightwalker's Bazaar. Go ahead and leave a comment if you'd like to see something new in the shop. Leave a like if you enjoyed what you saw. Share it on social media so you can show your friends what it is. Talk to your friends about it if they don't have social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications if you have. And as always, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.